Hey guys, welcome back to another monthly movement tip. Dr. Charles here with RX Physical Therapy in Wayne, New Jersey, and today we're going to go through a series to upgrade your ankle mobility. So if you've been stretching your calves and you can't really see any improvement in your ankle range of motion, I'm going to give you 4 things that you can do in sequence today that you can use to help improve some of your ankle mobility. First thing we're going to do is a trigger point release for your calves. So I have 2 different size balls here, and you can play around with either of them and see which one feels better or works better for you. What you're going to do is start on the ground, and you're going to have the ball under your calf, and you're just going to kind of search around and see if you can find any sticky points or sore points or trigger points that feel kind of rough or sore or really just not good. Once you find one, you're going to stay on that spot, kind of push into it a little bit, let the weight of your leg sink into it, or you can kind of oscillate forward, back, side to side, or make a couple of small circles in each direction. Now, the thing that most people kind of fall short on here is once they find one and they work through it, they kind of move on to the next thing. So after you find one, what I want you to do is put the ball on the other side of your calf and search around and see if you can find anything else in there as well. So you can start with a smaller ball, maybe try a bigger ball as well. That'll take up a little bit bigger surface area and might take out some of the bigger trigger points that you're feeling. So make sure that you search around through your calf and look for more than one trigger point so that you can get the entire calf muscle to release. Part 2 of this sequence is a mobilization for your ankle joint going into dorsiflexion, so the movement where your knee goes forward over your toes. What you're going to do is have a band anchored around a squat rack or something sturdy, and you're going to put it just above your heel bone, right on your Achilles. I like to set my foot up on a plate because it gives me a better angle of pull with the band, and I'm going to have my knee down on a knee pad just to be a little bit more comfortable. So I want my toes kind of in line in between both of the bands pointing at the anchor point. I want to keep my heel down on the ground, and I'm going to let the band pull my shin forward over my toes and then rock back. So you want to make sure that the heel stays down while you're doing this, because once the heel comes up, you're no longer getting the mobilization from the joint. You can play around. You can go knee over the pinky toe, knee over the big toe, and you can even play around with where the band is on your Achilles tendon as well to see if you get a better mobilization or a little bit more range of motion with different points. Once you release the trigger points and mobilize the joint, the next thing you're going to try and do is stretch the tissue out in your calf. So I'm going to use half a foam roller, but you can use a kettlebell handle or a slant board or anything else that really elevates your toes. And the thing that I see is people only go forward and back, all right, over the middle toe. But you have a lot of different fiber directions in your calves, and you want to make sure that you're stretching them in every direction. So I like to go 10 over my big toe, 10 over my middle toe, and then 10 over my pinky toe, so I can stretch my calf in 3 different directions. And then you can always kind of go forward and just kind of do a little windshield wiper with your knee over your toes as well. This way you can find any sort of stiff strands of muscle that might need a little bit more love. Up to this point, all we've done is work on the muscles and the joints on the back side of the ankle, but we haven't addressed any of the muscles that pull your body into dorsiflexion or pull your toes up. So the last thing that we're going to do in this sequence is you're going to start with your back against the wall, and you're going to have your heels and your feet about 1 foot or 1.5 foot away from the wall. You're going to keep your knees locked out, and I want you to try and lift the entire foot, keeping the heel on the ground so that the muscles on the front of the shin are pulling your toes up and you feel a nice deep burn. You're going to hold that for about 5 seconds and then bring them back down. The further you get your feet away from the wall, the more challenging this becomes. So you want to find something that's achievable but challenging and allows you to get those muscles to fire up pretty good. So if you've been looking for a way to upgrade your ankle stretching and your ankle mobility routine, I hope these 4 drills in that order is something that you can try out. It's pretty easy to do, shouldn't take a ton of time, and should yield some really, really good results. So if you found that you went through this and you had an improvement in your ankle mobility and felt a little bit looser, let us know.